2001 or thereabouts again. In fact, today in 2018, Kaduna had 24 hours curfew due to the Kasomagani crisis. I remember very well. So, how do we avoid this? But luckily, we saw what happened in Kanu. Just this morning, we were told that, look, nobody died. We're meant to understand. Just, again, we're meant to understand nobody died, and they were able to quickly. Considering the fact, and somebody said intel-wise or intellectual-wise, the Northerners refused, or at least the bulk of the people in the North, refused to go with this bandwagon. And that has saved the situation today. What do we make of that, action or inaction?
I will tell you, Blaziz, that it is a great thing that Northerners are becoming conscious of their...
Or Nigerians in the North.
We're all the same. Anyhow you put it, I agree with you anyway, because we need to be patriotic and nationalistic in presentation. Nigerians in the North has come to realize that there was just absolutely no need to be part of that bandwagon protest that is going on in the southern and eastern part of Nigeria and some part of the Federal Capital Territory. The reason is, fine, there's an issue of NSAS, it has come up, and the government promptly and actively ended SARS and also accepted all these 5-point demands. So the Nigerians living in northern part of the country realized that for the first time at least, the government is proactive, almost immediately acted. So there would have been no need to do any other thing than to wait and see the promises taken by government on the integrity of President Muhammadu Buhari to see whether he will keep to the promise and actualizing the 5-point demand or not. Until that time, nobody moves from the north. At least there is the presentation, peaceful protest of end banditry, end insecurity, end Boko Haram, but it stops just right there. It is a presentation that, okay, we also have an issue. If you have issue with SARS in the south and southeast, in the north, SARS is not our problem. The problem of Nigerians in the north is about banditry, is that about kidnapping, is about Boko Haram. And now, following the bad wagon, if the northerners would have taken that part, it would have been too bad. Just like you highlighted just now, the issue of protest and then violent protest in the northern part of the country would have been so bad. Take Kaduna, Kano, like you rightly put. If such thing would happen in Kaduna, it would have been so bad. The whole northern Nigeria would take. But the Nigerians living in Kaduna state decided that no, we don't want to be part of this. We want to do what we want to do in an orderly manner, following the rule of law. Just making a presentation, but not being part of the bandwagon. And if for any reason anybody is intending to walk, they call it a peaceful march from Sabon Tesha, 12 kilometers, NMTC Junction, down to Kaduna State University, and it would have been bad because the challenge would be along the line. There are people who are waiting to take advantage of a good situation to turn it into a bad situation. And Kaduna is not Lagos. Kaduna is not Enugu. Kaduna is not Ibadan. It's neither Osun or Oyo. If you do that here, you know how Kaduna is. The next thing, it could turn to be volatile, and before it gets to that level, the government and the governor will surely not accept such thing happening. So before you know what is happening, we are going to be in 24-hour curfew, and it will take the next 30 days of everybody being locked in.
I trust your friend. You are one of the advisors.
Yes, I will advise him. Of course, I will advise Brother Nasiru to. In fact, even before you advise him, he's always, the man is very conscious. He's very careful. He's also, his IQ works. You almost immediately he will act without you knowing he's going to act. And when everybody knows him, when he's acting decisively. He's not joking about it.
Don't mind any people will suffer.
It is your problem. You are the one that is bringing suffering to yourself if you do it. Well, it is the problem of those who want to bring it. So one person will act and will act swiftly, and he, like the Edo or what do you call it, Lagos way of doing it. No, he will put 24 hours curfew, and I'm telling you, to take you the next 30 days of being indoors, and you know how it's doing. So, by the special grace of God, Kaduna is going to be peaceful. Northern Nigeria, Nigerians in northern Nigeria will remain peaceful, and then even the one in south and southeast and part of Federal Capital Territory will come to pass. All I will be asking is, I think the president needed to talk to his children. We are all the children.
Music stars, entertainers, who also join this protest, even if it means for a few seconds, or Twitter, or Instagram, or whatever. But we see at a point where violence began, none of these people could be seen again. What do we make of a situation where people goad on the poor masses to take certain action, and when the consequences are there, we don't even see or hear them again.
You see, Abdulaziz, that is one of the problems we are having in Nigeria. And then because you are this, you consider yourself a VIP or a celebrity. You think you have followers, people who listen to you, people who love you, people who will do what you ask them to do. You just go on Twitter, be on the one side of your bed and then tweet. And begin to encourage the youth to go ahead, I am with you, I support you, go to the protest, this is not right, the way things are done is not right. But you are not physically present where the protest is taking place. That's number one. Number two, where the protest is taking place and it turns out to be violent. For those 2-3 of them that I have seen, that have come to say, okay, I'm very busy, I have a lot of busy schedules, I only come to you, I only come to you, do a peaceful protest, but let it not be violent. I have a audition, or I have a show or something somewhere, and then within 5 minutes they appear and disappear, and you never see them again. But that 5-minute impact, what they said within that 5 minutes appearance, is taking a toll on Nigeria and Nigerians economically, security-wise, and what have you. And then you never see them again. Now it has turned out to be violent. The youth are violent. And then somehow some people are losing, some are losing their lives, and then some are getting injured, properties are being burnt. These guys that are encouraging them to do it, or appearing or sending them to it, you are no longer seeing or hearing from them again. They are now silent. First, they did not come out to say, okay, now you have turned to be violent. This is not what we expect. We don't expect you to do this. Please disperse. Enough is enough. You have done enough. Boom. They did not come for that 5 minutes to do that again. They also did not tweet to say, okay, I think right now what you are doing is getting out of hand. I think you should all go back. Let's wait for the government. None of them is doing that anymore. So I also think they should also be held responsible, because they are contributing to bridging the national security, and also contributing to making mayhem, arson, destruction of life and property that is ongoing. I think they also need to be called to order.
Okay.
They also need to be